Senate District 5, we have Jimmy Matlock and David Miller. Where is I saw a sheet a minute ago. This is what I saw that I need. Jimmy Matlock is the Republican, and David Miller, who we have here tonight, is our Democrat candidate for the state Senate. This brings back memories for me 36 years ago. But anyway, questions? Oh, keep me in line because this is the first year I've been back in about 2 or 3 years. So y'all, as we say in the Baptist church, and I'm a Baptist, you're going to need to lead, guide, and direct me. Okay, David Miller, you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes for an opening statement.
Go for it. Hi, everybody. I'm a retired teacher. I taught over 35 years at all levels. I'm also currently on the Anderson County School Board for the last couple of years. And this is a bad time. I've read today over 100,000 Tennesseans have lost their health care. Over 100,000 Tennesseans have lost their SNAP benefits. But tonight I want to speak a little bit about education. The voucher program needs to go. Tennessee is 51st out of 51st state in per pupil funding. It's more than just an embarrassment. I taught for over 35 years. During that time, because of the nature of the programs that I work with, I have actually worked in over 100 schools. I have been in over 1,000 classrooms. And when you have an underperforming school, you figure it out and you fix it. And that does not necessarily involve money, but it can be done. What you don't do is you don't take the money that could be possibly used to help those schools and give it to people who don't need the money, who are already sending their children to private schools. So education is going to be my priority if I get elected, and I hope that you will help me. There are lots of other issues. We need to end the grocery tax. That's something that should be bipartisan. This state shouldn't exist just for the benefit of rich people. This state should exist to help people who live here, not multinational corporations who are just coming in to take your tax dollars for their benefit. Thank you.
Yes, first question.
What's your question you sent? What's the question you sent to the candidates?
You want to do the next question?
I think you do the one they sent.
The one I sent.
Yeah, the one they sent you.
Okay. I'll do it. I'm going to do what I've always done. I was hired by the Department of Corrections in New York to create and implement a program that involved both inmates and staff people. I met with about 13, 14 people in a small room for a week, and we did communication exercises, we did problem solving, and we got to know each other to try and help some of the problems that existed in the prison system. Now, the inmates must have liked me because I've got the receipts right here. I was twice elected chairperson of the Inmate Grievance Resolution Committee. And I'm very proud of that. And it showed what I can do. When I was chairperson of the special ed department at Southeast Whitfield Education High School, another thing that happened that I'm very proud of, during all the years that I was chairperson of that department, never once did a parent ever have to go to the principal and say, I have a problem and it can't be resolved. Mr. Miller took care of that problem. He resolved that problem, and that's something that I'm very proud of. I'm not naive. I know if I go to the state senate, I'm going to have to deal with people who have differences of opinion than I do on lots of issues, particularly vouchers. But I'm up for the cause. Thank you.
Now, if elected to serve, no,
They have one for us.
you got one. We don't have one for him.
We don't have a question.
I do.
Uh-oh.
This is what was announced.
He answered that, he just answered that.
Yeah, we have. Where's my runners?
You don't get a question,
Yeah, he gets. Yeah, he gets one question that was sent to him,
that's it.
and he answered it, and now he gets one more from the audience. That's what my sheet says. Two from the audience. Okay. Raise your hand high if you have a question you'd like to ask of Mr. David Miller. Raise your hand, and they'll come. Our runners will come and get your question. But those of you, I serve on the election commission here in Anderson County. There are 5 members of the election commission. There are 3 Republicans and 2 Democrats. Neither one of the 3 Republicans are here tonight, I don't think. But I have the other Democrat that's on the election commission with me sitting back here. And I just wanted to say thank you for your service and thank you for being here. And Marion Stanford, I never can remember Stanford, but Marion Stanford and I are the 2 Democrats on the election commission. But the election commission is made up of the makeup of the General Assembly in Nashville, and it's heavily Republican. So you've got 3 Republicans and 2 Democrats on every election commission in all 95 counties in Tennessee. And anyway, we meet and we're charged to make sure that Anderson County has free and fair elections. There has been a lot of talk about eliminating the sales tax on food. If you are in favor of this, how do you propose making up the lost revenue?
That question's a little too easy. Nothing harder than that. $1.5 billion a year goes to corporations that come into this state that's not necessary. I was reading today that I believe it's 25% of all of multinational billionaire corporations that come in here actually pay no taxes at all. These loopholes need to be closed, and that will give us not only the money to end the sales tax, but it'll also give us the money to do lots of other things that need to be done, fix the roads, create better health care in rural areas, and all the other things that you know that we need to do in the state of Tennessee. Thank you.
Do you have any more questions for the candidate?
No, we have one question that they have already been sent. They have one other question that he just answered. And then at that point, he gets to make a closing statement, and he has a minute and a half to do that.
But if they have a second question, he can answer 2 questions, am I
Yeah,
correct?
let's let them have 2 from the,
If he has
in addition to the first sentence.
Okay,
They're looking at,
one more question.
people are sending out questions for every candidate they can think of, they gotta sort them out. You're getting-
You have one for our senator,
Well, this one, no.
our state senator? You don't have one for him?
No, that one's already been answered. That one's answered.
Okay. Well, if we don't have another one for our state senator, Mr. David Miller, since Jimmy Matlock is not here tonight, here's your last question. Read that question.
Each of you have chosen to run for office. What is the one primary reason for running? Is it because of a perceived problem? How do you plan to address it? Okay. All my life, I've stepped up, and that's why I'm doing this. I've always felt like I want to take on the responsibilities that Muhammad Ali said, service is the rent we pay for our room on this earth. And that's firmly what I believe. I've always done that. I've been a union president of 3 unions. I've always taken on whatever responsibility that I've been given. I'll give you one quick anecdote. I was the last person to ever referee a basketball game at Fairmont School in Georgia. I showed up, the room was packed, and my other official didn't show up. That elderly principal put his arm around me and said, "Son, you don't really have to do this." I said, "I'll do it." And I did, because I felt like I wasn't going to disappoint all of those people in the last basketball game at Fairmont School that was ever going to happen. And that's just the way I am. Thank you.
And now you have 1.5 minutes for a closing statement.
The state of Tennessee has half of their senatorial districts up for election this year. There's a supermajority in the Senate. I'm not naive enough to think that my election could break that supermajority, but it could be a start. And you here could help that. This is an open seat. It's the only open seat. I'm the only person who's running in all of the districts as a Democrat who's ever been elected to political office before. So this is our chance. This is our time. On your way out, I hope you stop at the desk, pick up one of my fans, and pick up some of my literature. One of them is about getting people signed up to create some trouble, some good trouble. And the other one, a lot of you already have this. It's a form that I filled out, that I made and developed, and it's called Thank a Democrat. And it has all of the things that Democrats have done over the last 100 years to improve life for everyday Americans. And I hope you look at that, and I hope you use it when you speak with your neighbors and encourage them to vote and to vote for Democrats. Thank you.